Welcome to Art Ed Radio, the podcast for art teachers. This show is produced by the Art of Education University, and I'm your host, Tim Bogatz. Now, over the past few months, you have heard me talk, maybe a little too much, about the Art Ed Now conference. And this week it is finally here. This Thursday is the day, and honestly, I am feeling excitement, and I am relieved because we've been planning this conference for the better part of 6 months, and it's just a really nice feeling to have the week get here and have everything ready to go. Like, all the downloads are ready, resources are ready, schedule is ready, our featured presenter, Ron Clark, is ready, and honestly, the day is going to be spectacular. I think Ron Clark has more energy than the rest of the presenters combined, so it's going to be a really good time. You are going to love seeing him. And if you have not signed up for the conference yet, what are you doing with your life? But you can go do it now at artednow.com. It's an amazing way to start out the year. Unfortunately, a lot of us are thinking about the school year already because it's getting so close. In fact, in previous years, we have done this like the first week of August, and we actually had to move it up because there's so many people who go back to school the first week of August. It's ridiculous. And like my wife, she teaches 7th grade history, but she goes back on August 4th, I think. And I've even heard from some teachers who go back July 31st, like August hasn't even started, and they have to be back at school. It is unreal. But anyway, the conference is Thursday. As you are listening to this, I'm probably driving to AOEU headquarters to make all of our final preparations. If you're thinking about going, there's still time to register, but you literally have like 2 days. Like, you can sign up today, you can sign up tomorrow, and that is about it. Okay. One other thing that I'm excited about for this conference, before we dive into everything else here, I'm actually doing a presentation this time around. I did a lot of them back in the day, before I was actually in charge of the conference, but now I'm usually just hosting, but that's changing this time around because Artsonia, who's one of our platinum sponsors, asked me to record a presentation for them. And I love Artsonia for everything that they do in the classroom, for everything they do to help us put on the conference. So obviously I need to say yes to that. So my presentation is about how all of the extra money you make from Artsonia can supplement your budget and provide even more educational opportunities for your students. So make sure you check out that presentation, and make sure you check out Artsonia at www.artsonia.com. Now, as far as our guest today, I think you will enjoy hearing from her. Lindsey Moss, one of our most popular conference presenters, is here to talk everything about Art Ed Now. We're going to chat about her presentation, her famous or infamous huge packets of resources that she always puts together for everyone, and talk about what she's looking most forward to at the conference, how she spends her day. So let's bring her on and go ahead and get things started. And it is always the case with our conference preview episode. Lindsey Moss is joining me now. Lindsey, how are you?
Good. How are you, Tim?
I am doing really well. I am a little stressed with everything that needs to be done for the conference, and we are so close, but we are just about there. But let's talk about it. So first of all, before I guess we get into that, I want to know about your summer. Like, have you been doing school stuff here and there? Or are you just taking the summer off and not thinking about school? And I guess, what have you been doing in terms of AOEU?
Okay, sure. So I don't know. I feel like I hit it so hard during the school year. Like, there's a healthy balance to not doing anything school related at least for June. So it was a
Yes.
lot of biking, hiking, camping with my kids, a lot of outdoor stuff. Although the Illinois weather kind of thwarted us this summer. We had like a ton of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been working on a lot of projects though for AOE because those are fun for me. So I enjoy that over the summer. We've been getting ready for some upcoming pro packs that I'm super excited about. I think some things that are going to be game changers for art teachers. We're doing a pack on making data manageable, which is
Oh,
not glamorous, but so
I
useful.
was gonna say that kind of sounds terrible, but like if you can make it as an interesting set of videos, like I think I might give that a whirl.
Right. And then one on parent communication, which I know can sometimes be really hard for art teachers. So
Hmm.
I'm excited about that. What about you? How's your summer been?
Oh, it's been good. Same, like we had a ton of rain and now it's like, I don't know, 98, 99, 103 degrees every day. So that's not great, but we'll survive it. But yeah, same for me. I've been camping a lot. I don't know. My wife hates camping, but my kids love it. So we usually just leave my wife at home and go without her. And that's okay. Like it works out well for everybody.
Nice vacation for her too. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Then the last few weeks I've just been, I guess, focused on conference stuff. So I'm going to direct the conversation that way. Let's talk about that. You were doing a presentation this year, on making sketchbooks work and how you do that in your classroom. So a couple questions for you. Number one, like what appeals to you, about that topic about presenting on sketchbooks? And number two, what was kind of the aha moment where you had something good with your sketchbooks and something that made you say, oh, I need to share this with everybody?
Sure. Okay. Well, over the last couple years, I've really been trying to focus more on process in my elementary
Mm-hmm.
classroom. I teach K-6 for anybody out there who doesn't know that already. And kind of looking for ways to get my kids to be more focused on risk taking and the process itself, not the final product. And I feel like a vibrant sketchbook practice lends itself so well to that. All these things we're really trying to teach outside of just having kids complete up one beautiful art project after another. Like the really fundamental skills happen in sketchbooks. And I'm kind of the queen of the template. I just really love making like worksheets and activities and games and manipulatives for my kids. And
Mm-hmm.
they really respond well to that in my classroom except with sketchbooks. And I kind of like dive into this a little bit in my presentation, but it's interesting that my kids love those things that I make. But then when I was trying to really make a sketchbook that was just a ton of really great ideas for them to use, they kind of rejected that. They were like, "Can we just have blank paper?" They want to get back to
Nice.
the process, right? But then I had sort of a personal aha moment. If you're not already following Amber Kane, she works for the Art of Ed on Instagram. She has an amazing sketchbook practice. She comes from like a
Yes.
writer's background. And there was one day I was like having coffee and I saw Amber weaving in her sketchbook. And I was
Yes.
like, man, why didn't I do that?
Can I interrupt you real quick on that? Like, just it is an amazing thing. She presented on that a couple years ago. I want to say at the conference, and I showed that to my kids at home, and they were just in awe. Like they watched all 12 minutes or whatever, and then immediately like, "Can we watch that again?" And they have been doing that for the last like year and a half or 2 years. Like they're constantly weaving in their sketchbooks, and I don't know what it is that fascinates them so much about it, but it's just this amazing thing that they respond to so well.
Right. And it's like once you start thinking about weaving in a sketchbook, then you start thinking about like all those other things you weren't already naturally doing,
Yes.
maybe you could do. Um, and so after I saw Amber's thing, I was thinking about like all the stuff I could have my kids do. Previously, they weren't painting in sketchbooks, they were just doing dry materials.
Mm-hmm.
Started thinking about incorporating painting, incorporating like 3D forms that fold up or fold down in a sketchbook, cutting through the pages of your sketchbook, and all this cool stuff my kids could be doing. So I went back to the template. You know how I am about those. I created, and the idea is just to get kids to use the template once and then to just learn those skills, like what would be the procedures for painting in a sketchbook successfully, or how could you build something 3D in a sketchbook and then fold it flat. And then after they've just used that template, the first like a couple weeks of school to learn those
Mm-hmm.
skills. Take it away and give them the blank sketchbook, which is kind of anti what I normally do. But I think that that's kind of what's best practice for my students anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think those are some great ideas. I think your video dives into a lot of those things too. So people will really enjoy that presentation. I need to ask you though, I feel like you maybe have been slacking a little bit
Oh,
because usually your resources, there's like 60, 70, 80 pages, and there's only 25 pages. So two questions regarding that. Number one, are you doing okay? And number two, can you tell us what all is in there for people? What kind of resources you have put together?
yes, it's normally my default of research creation, behemoth packet. But again, like after I kind of discovered in my class that this is like the one area where my kids don't want all the bells and whistles.
Mm-hmm.
I have in that packet what I'm using in the fall, and I piloted it with some of my kids in the spring, and they loved it. It's basically what I was describing. It's like a printable packet, and it's just ready to go. You can just right after the conference, you can download it and print it on your copy machine and use it first day of school. It's just a tiny sketchbook made out of copy paper that goes through each of these procedures for each of these types of creative materials usages in a sketchbook. And then it's directions for how you could expand that. And then it just turns the kids over to their regular blank sketchbook. So it's basically just to teach them those skills and then let go. So it is very anti me because it figures everything out. But in this case, less is more, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, and I love the idea of how you're focusing on the process. I love that, it just kind of teach skills, let them go. I think that's a really, really cool idea. And I feel like you're branching out a little bit. I'm proud of you here, Lindsay. It's good. So, let me ask you though, besides your amazing presentations coming, what else are you looking forward to in the conference? Like, are there some people in particular that you want to see, or is it just kind of a sit back, enjoy the show, whatever comes to you? Like, how do you approach it?
Oh man, no. I feel like the lineup this time is like chock full. I'm going to be scrambling to go to the bathroom because there's so much I want to see this time. I'm excited about Ron Park because I feel like, in the fall, you're really getting amped up for the school. And I feel like
Yes.
in terms of like student engagement and getting teachers like really passionate and ready to go for the fall, I'm excited to hear what he has to say. But then I felt like when I was looking through the conference lineup this time around, there's a lot of things that are like new techniques, which is perfect for right before I'm, lesson planning. Like I saw is it Caitlin Thompson? Is that her name? I
Yes.
she's doing like newspaper pottery.
Yes, it's going to be amazing. So, okay, let me just say, like, when we were putting this together, one thing I want to do with the lineup is get more art making and just like you said, more like new ideas because this is the time. Like, everybody wants to try new ideas as they go back to school. But yeah, Caitlin Thompson or Art with Coach T, I think she is on Instagram. She's got these amazing things that are actually pretty simple to build. And she says it's for anybody who doesn't have a kiln, but honestly, it's for anybody, period. Like, they're awesome. She does this amazing, newspaper pottery, making bowls and cups out of newspaper. And she also has an AfterPass video that does it with magazines. And anyway, they're just really, really cool techniques. And I think definitely something that people look forward to. So, yeah, we have that. As you can tell, I'm very excited about this. But, there's sculpture stuff, there's jewelry stuff, there's, just so much. There's cartooning, like all kinds of hands-on art making that people are going to love.
I saw Matt and Craig are going solo this year. And
Yeah.
doing the cartooning, and that's what school mixed media thing.
Yes, so I was a little skeptical to see how they're going to do, like doing things separately, but they really wanted to, and I think it's going to turn out well. They both have really cool presentations, and I don't know, they are fighting, I guess, to see who can be funnier. So we'll see, we'll see how that goes.
That's awesome.
Cool. So also I want to ask you a little bit more about day of the conference. You are running the chat live from AOEU headquarters, which, by the way, super excited to see you. We're going to have a good time. But sell us on the chat. Like, why should people join in the chat? What do you get out of it for if you're going to join in with that?
Oh, I feel like the chat is like one of the can't miss aspects of the conference because I guess, I'm lucky. I get to go to my state conference with colleagues from my district every year.
Hmm.
And it never fails. I will be in like a really awesome presentation with my friend Jamie or Lauren, and something that they say will like spark an idea for one of us, and then we'll lean over and start whispering to each other and like building off of what was just said and talking about how we could take it to our classroom. And pretty soon we're the loud, rude girls in the back of the room. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
To talk, you're supposed to be quiet. Somebody's presenting. But that's like one of the 100 amazing benefits to an online conference is you can talk. You don't have to like bottle up that creative. As soon as you think of something, you can turn to your neighbor and talk about it in the chat. And that's exactly
Yes.
what happens. Like people start, feeding off of what the presenter said and sharing their own experiences or their own ideas. And it's cool because I'll be in there too, sharing articles that might have been missed from the magazine that might be related, or social media links for the presenters. So if you like really love their philosophy or what they're saying, you can go back later and check it out. But the chat's amazing and it moves really fast. And I feel like people get worried about that, but it all gets archived so that you can
Hmm.
see it later. But the chat's like just an extension and of everything that the presenter's saying. So for me, it's like almost as important as the presentations themselves.
Yeah, I think it works really well. And, just for people to share ideas, it's a good forum to kind of expand, like you said, on what the presenter said, just see what kind of ideas it triggers, the creative spark that it starts with people, which is great. And yeah, it can be a little overwhelming to see all of that conversation, but you can go back to it later. And honestly, if you miss a little bit of it, it's not that big of a deal. So I would definitely encourage everybody to kind of check that out. And then finally, I guess just one last question. You've been doing conferences and chats and all this for quite a while with us now. What would be just like one or two tips that you have for people to make the most of their conference experience to get the most out of the day?
Sure. Okay. Well, I guess number one tip, since it's digital, to get comfy and creative with how you watch. Like it's
Yes.
summer, get yourself a lemonade and iced tea, sit on your deck with it. Get a tan. How often can you get a tan while you're doing PD, right?
Right. Right.
That would be one. But then the other thing for me is I feel like there are so many good ideas in this conference that it's often overwhelming because you've heard like literally 50 things you could take back to your classroom. And so what I like to do is focus on choosing just two or three that I'm going to implement right away. So kind of prioritizing out of everything I heard, what can I take to my classroom and like start with the first week and kind of making it into a bite-sized chunk. So if I just have one or two things that I know I'm going to do right away, then I can come back to the conference materials later or the after pass later and kind of start a deeper dive then. But just one or two fun things to start with.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really good advice. And yeah, that's what I love about the conference is just being able to watch from anywhere. I love seeing people's pictures. Some people are outside, some people are by the pool in the summer. I love pictures with pets. There's a lot of
Yes, the dog pictures are awesome.
yeah, they're always good. And I love people who get together with their colleagues and watch as well. I love seeing like teams of teachers watching together because, like you said, that's just another spot to kind of expand on those ideas, bounce ideas off of each other, share more things. And yeah, I love all that. So anybody who's listening, if you're coming to the conference, like we love seeing pictures on social media of where you're watching from and, just seeing what you're doing with the conference because it's a great time. So anyway, Lindsey, thank you so much for giving me some time to chat about this. We'll see you in a couple days and do a conference together. So it'll be fun. Thank you. Cool. Big thank you to Lindsey for giving me some time and chatting with me. I love hearing her excitement for everything conference related. And I think she has some great tips for how to make the conference as exciting and as enjoyable as possible. You know, I love the idea of getting a tan while you do your PD. It's spectacular. Now, before we go, I do need to tell you about our other platinum sponsor for the conference, NASCO. Now, like AOEU, NASCO is interested in helping teachers create just these engaging educational environments and opportunities. And NASCO has the products you need, the solutions you need that can really help make this happen. They are helping sponsor the conference. They're putting awesome stuff in the swag box. They have a video with Susie Belzer that shows you some incredible techniques and give you some great ideas on how to use those swag box materials. So make sure you check out their catalog, see all of the great things that they offer, or you can check out their website at enasco.com. Okay, ENASCO.com. All right, thanks again to Lindsey. Thanks again to all of you who are listening, especially those of you who listen and signed up for the conference. We will see you in 2 short days. Art Ed Radio is produced by the Art of Education University with audio engineering from Michael Crocker. One last chance, go sign up for the conference at artednow.com. Hopefully we will see you on Thursday for the conference, and we will be back next week with a conference recap episode. We'll talk to you then.